Welcome to the most heretical stream on the internet. I give you Wally1169.
Hello everyone, welcome to the stream and welcome back to Captain of Industry. Last time we were here, we got the farms up and running and then we started working on our food processing design. So, let's get cooking. Let's have a look around first though. So these guys are tearing apart this mountain here. We pushed the regular rock collectors quite a bit into this mountain. The iron one's not working nearly as hard, but I think I only have one excavator in there. Yeah. There are 2 or 3 in here. 2. And I actually have 3 of them on this limestone mine because it's done. No more limestone. They're finishing off this corner just of what I had, the square that I had marked, and then we're going to get rid of it, including its sorter here. That can all go away. And then we are mining this limestone out here on the starting island, and we're pretty close to conveniently being able to access this limestone here, so we could get that if we needed limestone before too long. That is, before we could get to wherever the heck the next closest limestone is, which is right here, right? That limestone. No, that's quartz. Ooh, that's quartz. Use the quartz, Luke. That's quartz too. Where is the next nearest limestone? That's quartz. We're already there too. Okay, where is the next nearest limestone? Oh, right here. Okay, not far then. So we'll be able to get that long before we actually need it, I think. And I think there's also a limestone mine on the world map, so worst case we could bring it in that way. There's quartz here too? Jeez, there's lots of quartz. Okay, that's good. I'm glad to see there's lots of quartz because pretty soon we're going to have to start quartz processing. This sand mine has quite a bit of sand left in it. And then there's the quartz behind it, which is good, but that's quite a bit of sand that we still need to get out of there. And the one over here is empty. Well, it's down to the last deep stuff, which I am not going to dig out. So I'm filling the hole back in. I'm not going to fill the hole entirely back in because this limestone here is pretty easily accessible. So we should be able to maybe at this level here, just mine this way and dig right into it. But I am excavating this mountain here, and I'm going to excavate this way after we finish that way, so that we can push our way, or get enough rock here so we can dump it right into the hole. And this is at level 3. This is at level 1, so we'd actually have to raise this up a bit too, but I'm going to wait until after we clear this before we raise it up to level 3. What else do I got? Oh, and so I moved, did I show you guys this last time? Was this here last time? I moved this down so the gold is more accessible to us. Oh, and then I also dumped all of the sand from that hole into a bunch of buckets here, which are clearing out now. That'll take a little bit of time, but those are clearing out now. And yeah, and then we'll also be able to excavate this quartz whenever we're ready now. We can get in there and mine it basically whenever. I was just pushing out the pavement here, but we'll be able to get into that whenever we feel like we need it. So we'll push into that and clear that mountain out probably pretty soon, I would think. But yeah, we're definitely going to want to get that quartz going too before too long. And what I'll probably do here is after we get rid of all the sand, I'll probably just go right into mining quartz and just set up a quartz processing thing here, outputting the sand right into the sand train as well. Then we don't have to worry about shenanigans with hauling quartz around. Because the only thing quartz is good for, is that F1? Yes. Is crushing it twice into sand. So we don't need anything. We don't need those 2 for anything else besides sand. So let's see what else we got. We worked on this last time. Actually, we worked on farming last time to start with, and so all the farms are up and running. I've been fiddling a little bit with them, adjusting their fertilizer levels. Trying to get this to chirp for each one, but only just. And then, soybeans is a huge problem still, though. So we might need to, actually have more soybean farming, or we might need to readjust the priority on what's being used for animal feed. But we'll figure that out later, because we do have some extra wiggle room for both corn and wheat. Where was that at? I was just there. Both corn and wheat. Potatoes don't have as good of a ratio, but wheat's not too bad, and corn's a little bit worse than that. And our wheat and corn are doing pretty good. I have corn. One of the cornfields is completely paused. I was doing some, I don't know, I guess math, for lack of a better word. The farm uses the same amount of water, regardless of how much fertilizer you're using. So instead of having both of them running at the bottom level, I've turned up the fertilizer on one and paused the other one so that we don't use as much water, and we are using more fertilizer, but we have an abundance of fertilizer products, fertilizer inputs rather. The sludge and the biomass are both packed, and we're burning off the sludge, as I noticed earlier, still over here, at least sometimes. So yeah, and then the sulfur and the limestone are both abundant enough that I'm not and the ammonia, we're making ammonia locally, but if we need to use this ammonia, it's abundant enough that I'm not that worried about it. And then speaking of that, we also did this, I think, during the last stream, but these buckets here are storing a buffer for each of sulfur and ammonia. That way we don't burn them off until we actually need to, which we are burning off some sulfur, which is interesting. We definitely need to incorporate this into it, but I don't want to do it just yet, so we'll have to figure that out later. And then, weird that this farm is still... Its square is still here. It's been ages since I deleted all the old farms, but it's still there. That's kind of weird. What else we got? So I think it's time to work on this new, or finish up this new blueprint. I did go through and hook all the station's inputs in, their input IO directly. I went through and named all the stations. We're calling this area cooking. Some of it's not cooking, but we're calling it cooking. And I made sure that the recipe or the filter was set on there and on the container correctly. So we just need to kind of hook these things up to a few more inputs and outputs, and then I think we're good to go. Let's see, water's going to come in on the topmost level. That'll come in over here, go along this way, come across the middle, and then into this one. And that'll come out of the ocean. Oh, it's got to come into this one too. Maybe it'll come down the middle then somewhere, and it'll go into there. It'll go there and go from one to the other, and then it'll continue down here then. Then below that will be animal feed and biomass. Biomass, animal feed. Yeah, I think those will be elevated. And then we can do the inputs, and then cooking oil only needs to go into here and here, so it'll come down and around like that. Animal feed goes out there. Biomass goes out here. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. Sugar comes out here. Okay, so let's do some U-shaped lifts for biomass. I'm going to put that at, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. This 5 is the highest, so we'll put biomass at 4. Keep sugar on the ground. If I hold shift, then I don't have to keep cloning it. There we go. Sugar can go in there, so it'll come around this side. Let's go from here. Let's see, we're going to have 12 times 6, so that's a Mark II, one of these. I'll go this way, this way. Let's go... and into there. And then you all can go this way. I think there was something else that I did off camera, but mostly it's just been letting the game terraform itself. So, not been too intensive of a time. Let's see. I think what I'll do for sugarcane is come out to this point and then just split both ways. I didn't look at what the speed is, though, here. 15 times 6 is a Mark II belt. Okay. Just split like that. And it's not a perfect split. I don't think it needs to be. The inside ones will back up first. The outside ones later. They'll be fine. That'll do that. And then these guys will all go this way. They are biomass, which I said was going here. Actually, they go this way. Okay, they go this way. Let's see. That is going to be 6 times 6 plus 3. That's not much at all. So you'll go here out to there and then into this one. And I need one of these lifts here, toggle, and it didn't connect. Can I force you to connect? No. All right. Okay, and then we can do these guys like this. I have no idea what that was. A crazy melt situation is what it was. And then this one, we might as well hook up as well, going this way. That one. And then I'm just going to run it straight across to there and connect it in where it's at. I think that'll be fine. Let's see. Snack belt. We could take care of you while we're here. We're only making 24 snacks, so that's flat conveyor 1. And you'll come this way. One more. Like that. And then tofu. Come out this way. And I will put it directly into that port right there. And we're only making 12 tofu. Okay. Cake, we're making how much? I keep not looking at the numbers and then needing to look at the numbers. Only 14, so only 28 cake. That'll come this way and into there directly. And then you will daisy chain that one. Eggs, fruit, and flour. Oh, I forgot about the flour coming down here too. Let's put this in going back this way. And then you can come this way. Yeah, you actually have to do that because we have oil coming into one of these. Oh, I gotta bring sugar into here too. Yeah, that won't work. Also, this belt's way too fast. This is a 2. I only need a 1 here, I think. Or do I? This was flour, 10 and 10. Yeah, I only need a 1 here. Yeah, that's fine, actually. Sugar is coming from way down here. Wait, where's sugar coming from? Here? Right, we're going to have to take the sugar, split the sugar here. I'm going to put a balancer in it. Not because we need it, but because I want it. U-shaped balancer. And then we'll go this way. We'll actually have to elevate this to some level. I think I'll keep it on the ground, maybe, and then elevate it before it comes down here. Maybe. Could bring it along with this, too. Maybe I could take it up by 1. Let's wait on that idea for a bit. But I'll... Yeah, it'll go up by 1. So let's do eggs here, up by 2. And we'll do that and that. And then we'll do fruit on 3. And that and that. Flip, 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 flip. Eggs and fruit are both tiny, tiny amounts. So flat 1 goes in there and in there. And then this goes here. and there. Yeah, I think sugar's fine to come this way. Let's do a small lift here. And then you'll have your piers over here. This is how much sugar? Tiny amounts, 4 each. So U-shape 1. That goes this way. Come along this way. Through this belt here. And into there. And then into there. And then finally we just need to deal with cooking oil, which will come from here. It goes there, and then it also goes out. So we should do a pipe balancer here. And then this is... Oh, I can't do that. There. We need to have animal feed, animal feed, animal feed. I did this on 4. Yeah, so animal feed on 3. And those will all just get merged together. As well as the one coming from over here. Get taken down that way somehow. And they'll end up in here. How much animal feed are we making total? 4 times 2 plus 2 times 4. That's 16 plus 4.5. Okay. The Mark 1 belt, if I ever saw one before. This here. Did I put that too high? Did I screw that up? I did screw that up. I made these too high. One, 2, 3. I counted the 1 instead of just elevating it. And you. And that means you too. Okay, next. Come all the way over here. And then just go straight into that. Alrighty. Oh yeah, this pipe. It was 24, so pipe 1 will be plenty. Into there, and you too. This pipe goes out this way, at this point, and then can just go straight into there. This pipe needs to go up. I'm going to put it at 4, I think. No, it's got to be at 5. Wait a minute. Oh. No, there's something there too. Why does it look like there's an extra space in there somewhere? That's most definitely in the way. Right there. Okay, good. There is an extra space in there. Excellent. That'll do. So you should be all hooked up. You need water. You guys just need your inputs here. We can do that. Should I have elevated that? Yeah, let's change this pipe here a bit. What did I put this one at then? 2? That's fine. We come out here. Go there. Go there. Go there. And into there. Alrighty. So now I can take this, which needs 32 NOLA, down this way and into here. And it's the only input, so we're just going to do... Oh, that's F. There we are. And this one is here. Just go like this. And I didn't check the math on this one. 16, that needs to be upgraded. Improve, 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 improve. 16 times 4 is 64. So, alright, so water, 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 oil. I forgot about this other oil. There we go. All water now, I think. And water's going to come in somewhere from the end here. I think in the middle. Let's just pick a spot for a water pipe. We need 6 plus 6 times 3 is 18. That's 24 plus here is 8 more. So we're good with a single tier 1 water pipe. Let's put it down the middle like this. And then you can go to this point and then go in. In. Thank you. You can go from here. I'll probably regret this later, but I'm going to put it in like this. And then this one here can go this way. All the way out to there, just in case. Probably no good reason, but... That didn't work. The same. Is that looking weird? Perspective, I guess. Yeah. I should be doing it like this. A little easier to line up. Okay, so I think that's everything connected up and ready to go. If I missed something, then we'll find out soon enough, I guess, right? So the water will come in from that end somehow. Everything else will come in here. I think it's time to move this to its permanent resting place so that we can validate everything. For the water, I'll just take some of the fuel off of one of these fuel lines to power the water desalinator thingies. I'm going to copy it, not move it, just because. Oh, the lag. That goes in here someplace. I think I'm okay with somewhere in here. But I do want shift it one side or the other here. There, I think. Yeah. Okay, so for this, we're obviously going to have a T intersection here. We'll need a parking lot. It'll need to be a pretty big parking lot because it's going to support all of these stations with one parking lot. I think it's going to be this style, just bigger. Let's take this one. Let's see. The input line will be on this side. Do something like this. I need to check directions. Yeah. I want to have a curve. Red curve. Goes in there. I think that's backwards. It is. You just flip it, but what I want is that. And then you'll come down this way. Actually need to move a bit more. Also, that's not where I want that curve. I want it here. It's backwards. Here. Backwards. There we go. And then this connects to that. And probably, as I said, another one, maybe just doubling this would be great. Like that. And then I also will need another curve right here. Probably backwards. No, it's right. Why are you complaining then? Did I put it in the wrong spot? I did. Okay. Should be there, I think. Yeah. Should be there. And then we'll have one of these here. It's backwards. That'll go there, that'll go there. This output line here. Come around. Like that. And then it'll come in and end up except that it won't. Guess I'll have to do that, and then it'll come down this way. You'll need another one of these curves right here. Backwards. Great. You're backwards, or you're bidirectional. Don't need to be. You're bidirectional, don't need to be. And then this line. There's a couple things that I can do with that. Oh. Oh, I got a post in the way here. Okay. There's a couple things we can do with this. We could have taken it down and around the outside and then tied it in with this one, but I didn't want to do that. So I think what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to take it this way, bridge it up and over, and then merge it in with this one right in here someplace, which is going to take a little bit of fiddling, but that'll be all right. Come out by 2, make a curve to here, and then here. And then we'll need to ramp up at some point. I think I'll be all right with much quicker grade than I thought it was going to be. We'll go to... What the hell? Right, now you've lost your cotton pick and mind game. Thank you. Almost. I should stop this after this curve. Well, that's why it's T to rotate, counter-rotate. Alright. Down there. Why is this not... That's why. There we go. You go there and then to there and stop. Okay, breathe. Come down to here and then ramp up. And I want the 12% grade. No. Yeah, that's what I want. Right friggin' there. And if I turn now... You don't like that. Alright, fine. Go to here then. And then do the grade. I saw it. That's basically what I want. But I think I want it to be... bigger curve. Go with a yellow curve, I think. That would be fine. Shorten this up a bit. What if I do F? Okay, I don't know why... Why did we not ramp up? Okay, I went there. Then I ramp up. Let's finish the rail right there. And then if I do this, I want the yellow curve. Oh, I need to go by 2. That's why. I'm an idiot. Alright, I gotta go by 2. Or at least 2. Yeah, that's gonna almost be what I want. Thank you. Maybe I only want the red curves then. I'd much rather have yellow. Oh wait, it's gotta go by 3. Oh, even better. Okay. In that case, back that all the way up. Until I've done a whole bunch of these bridges. It's a beautiful blue curve there. Right there. And then we drop down to the grade. Here. And then we just connect this guy in like that. Alright. That'll do. I guess that'll do. I'm gonna come over here for a second. Yeah, it's 3. Okay. Guess I should have checked that first. That'll get us the exit, which will be fine. We have 20 stations or so here. This is 4, 8, and 3. which is 15. Let's add one more onto it. I think that means right there. I think that'll be good. Okay, and so then we need to have a water production thingy over here. I think I'll take the fuel from over there. We should be able to copy this more or less. Take the whole thing. Copy this more or less. Drop it here more or less. Hook into that water line. That was eerily accurate. I don't know if it's going to let me do this or not, though. Oh, yeah. Okay. And then, instead of having a tank here, you just have this bringing in fuel. Which I think I will just take straight across here. Actually, I should have deleted this belt first, or pipe first. You, here. To this point, that point, and there. That should do. Go away, stuff. Should do. Let's get, let's make it so. We have 231 workers. I have no idea if that's enough. We'll do this. We'll grab a T intersection and we'll smack that in there. Here, please. We'll finish that that track. There. There we go. What did you do here? No, don't do that. What are you, high? No. Then I lost my curve here. How are we off by 1? And you thought that was a good idea? No. Yes. Okay. Make it so. We're going to need a little bit of water here to kick this off with. I'll just allow them to do deliveries. That'll be enough. And then this is going to need a crap ton of trains. But I was prepared and had the base making a full unit 3 full vehicle parts. Just make 10 trains itself. Mark, welcome in. Oh yes, truck crossing. Good reminder. Put it here. And maybe another one over here. What do you think about that? Have to go... Oh, right, that's fine. Good. Unity build those. You know what I just did? No, I didn't. Okay, oof. I thought that I put these on the wrong sides and had this whole thing flip-flopped, but I didn't. That's good. All right, so that'll do for now. You guys will build all that stuff, and we got to get the trains going. So we need to set up a bunch of new train lines for all the food products and things. I And so we can get those rolling now, I guess, while we're waiting. New line. Let's start with, actually, I don't know what I want to start with. Let's start with you. Canola. Canola. And it doesn't change the color sometimes. Let's go with that one. Add a stop. You'll source from way over here. Actually, don't know which one of these is canola. That one. And we need to copy a train for that. That'll be a loose hopper. None of those. One of these. That'll do. Copy. Canola. Build. Next up on the imports is wheat. Wheat is this one over here. Yeah, I don't really get what this color choice is even for then. It's not gonna do what I said to do. And I don't know what to do about it. Wheat. Wheat. Full. Empty. And then if I go to the canola train... No, I can't go there. If I go to the train building thingy here, and I copy this one, I can reassign that one to wheat. Next up here is just doing inbound foods for now. It's outbound, but sugar cane inbound. Sugar cane is this one? Yeah, that one. Gotta be careful with sugar and sugar cane, since the naming is so close. They're different products, and that'll jack it up. Now, let's see. Add this station. Add... station. Full. Empty. Copy. Sugarcane. Okay. Next up. Those are outputs. Starting down here. I think we get all the way into corn and salt. We have salt. We don't have salt on the trains yet. Alright. Corn it is then. Which is this guy here. Actually, that's depleting a bit. Step that up a bit more. And a bit of a fiddle. Corn. Corn. Let's see, this is soybeans. We'll do that one next. That puts you right here, and it actually is maybe accumulating. I'll copy the trains some more, but we'll do them more at one time rather than keep going doing them. It was singular, wasn't it? Yeah, soybean. Important. Do. Add this one. Add this one. We don't have limestone on the rails yet, but we actually should just about have it, so we could just do it. At least for this. And the other thing that needed limestone. And then down here in the end is sulfur, which we do have already a train for. So I think what we need to do now is wait for the trains to get the rails to get finished. And then we can hook up some of the existing trains we have. And these trains will start complaining as soon as they get built. Unfortunately, but they can take their time, I guess. Which they're doing already, so that's fine. Let's see, we did sugar cane, and then we did corn, and then we did soybean. And that'll at least get those trains queued up. The trucks are a little bit overwhelmed right now with something. Probably this. So they aren't delivering the stuff to be built for the trains to be built yet, but that's alright, because, well, yeah. While we're doing that, let's go ahead and build out the limestone train. Oh, we did build out the limestone train. Do we have a... We don't have a line for it, though. Right? Right. Okay. Well, new line. Limestone. H-I-J-K-L. There it is. Feels like it should be like that color. You'll go from here to, I believe, over here someplace. Wait a minute. We already have this happening, don't we? No, we're delivering it by truck. Okay, good. I mean, not good, but good. Delivers there. And it also will deliver... here. And it will deliver... here. Any other limestone stations? Is there one down here? That's sugar. No. Okay, good. Oh, the other limestone station is up here. It's melting. We don't have it built yet. Let's do this full. This empty. 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 Put a train in the queue for that. Limestone's supposed to go here, right? Yeah. So let's also get that going. Might as well. And then I can add that into the thing too. Add. Might need 2 limestone trains then. Over here to the train queue. Alright. Once the trucks get a little less busy, they'll come out and deliver this stuff. I think I'm okay to delete this blueprint now. You get water delivered? You did. That's good. You also got hydrogen delivered because we don't have hydrogen being delivered here yet. So the trucks delivered the hydrogen. So I don't necessarily want this kicking off. I'm going to pause it because I don't want the trucks to continue to deliver the hydrogen. So yeah, we'll pause that for now. Once the limestone is getting delivered here, we can stop having it delivered here. Same kind of goes for the smelting. Once the limestone starts to get delivered here, we can run the belt in and have it stopped from getting delivered here. I'll let them build up a little bit on the imports because it's going to take a while for the trains to fill that in. I think. Except for this one, because this one's already full. So because the trucks are filling it, so it's okay. I had a little issue earlier with plastic. We weren't getting any. And so therefore circuits were dead, which they are not doing great yet, but hopefully they will catch up. And the reason we didn't have any plastic was because this slag output filled up, and I didn't have a bypass taking the slag out to be picked up by trucks. We do need to get a slag and rock train delivered dump thing going before I forget again. But yeah, what are you gonna do? You guys are just about done. That's kind of nice. Probably take out these markings. I'm gonna leave these in there though, because we might have to trim this a bit more. But once they get the bulk of this, I'm gonna delete this this one here. I'll put them back on this, I suspect. What are you guys doing on this mountain? Still working? Working. Can probably go now. Still filling in this gaping hole here. Almost closed across there, though. Convenient. Can I help any of this along? Or are we just out of gravel? Basically out of gravel. We need hundreds and hundreds of gravel. I suppose what I should do... I mean, we need to boost the... or not boost, but build a new gravel thing at some point here. But what I could do for now is I could upgrade this to a bigger bucket. So that at least we had more on hand when the time was needed. Later. Like the next time we build a bunch of rails. I could definitely double this too. We don't have any reds either. We used all our red parts. Oopsie. And our dearth of electronics. No, those go into this. They don't go into this. It's just time. Yeah, it's just time. Okay. It'll be fine. Guess I wish we'd have been able to finish this the last stream. That way I could let it get built. Doing the streams. What are you gonna do? I can at least encourage this along so the trucks can do something else, maybe. Gravel's the issue. It's not like we're not making gravel fast. It just takes a long time. And a lot of gravel. Stations are coming along quite nicely, though. Right, that should do it for the train, at least. So hopefully then the stuff will calm down. We still need 1.5k red parts. So that'll take a minute. Yeah, at 12 at 12 per minute, although we're at fast speed, but 12 per minute, that's a long time. That's 100 minutes. Jeez. I guess we could probably unity boost these, which means these and these and these. Well, these aren't really doing a whole lot, but maybe they will. I like we don't have the unity. Can at least make it go a little bit faster. I mean, it only doubles the speed, but a little bit faster is a little bit faster. What about you guys? Still scraping away at that corner. Okay. What else can we work on then while we're waiting for this stuff to get finished in the next hour? Won't be an hour. Hour divided by... It'd be like 10, 15 minutes maybe. No, not that long. Yeah, maybe that long. I guess we could look at, we should look at the town upgrade. Right, of course. Now that we're going to have everything available on the rails, we can rebuild our town to plan for more. I wanted to take a look at how much wastewater we're producing, which is in here. We are producing exactly 194. 194 with 7,000 people. We'll call that 200 with 7,000 just to be whatever. We are capable of consuming 320. So 320 divided by 200 times 7,000. That's 11,200 people we could handle with this size waste treatment facility. That's pretty good. You know what I should have done? Just saw those brine things, and what I should have done here was look more closely at how much water we actually need. and then did the rest of it with the brine in the saltwater things rather than having necessarily 3 of these. Maybe we can redo that water math next time, but I'm not gonna do it right now. But just a pin for later. We need to rebuild this though over there. We are currently processing this sludge into fertilizer. Any of it we have in surplus needs to get burned off. So we're doing that, which is why we have 4 burners, because we could produce up to that much sludge. Not that they are going to be working most of the time, but what are you going to do? We need 32 chlorine. This makes 48, so that's fine. This build's actually not bad. The only other thing that I might change, though, is at the moment we are dumping all of the brine out of our water production here. And instead what we should do is feed it into this, and then only do these when we actually need it. If we run this thing at full tilt, we're going to produce 240 water. Well, maybe that's not the right math to do. That's not the right math to do. We are producing 194 wastewater. And I can't tell how much the town's consuming there. Yeah, 194. It was right here too. 233 water. If I do 194 divided by 160 times 120, we're producing 145 water from this, which means that we're needing almost another 100 water otherwise. We are at the moment producing 78 times 2 at most, but that's also going into other things here. 78 times 2, that'll give us... let me think if I could do a ratio again here. Yes, I could. If we're using 233 water for 7,040 people, how much water will 11,200 use? 233 divided by 7040 times 11,200, 370 water. And we said we were going to produce 240 here, and this is at full tilt. That's still 130 water we have to produce, which is still less than 2 of these, which is kind of good. Which means we'll have actually 84 saline being produced constantly here, and we only need 2/3 of this, which is plenty. So we don't actually even need these at all. The saline from here can go into there, or the brine rather, and then the rest of it can still get dumped. But we don't need these in the new build, which is good because that saves us a little bit of space. So what I want to do is take this, that much of this, and put it somewhere near the coastline over here. Because we will need to do that and this type of thing. No, not you. Actually, give me this stuff here. It's a little bit more than what I need, but it's enough to help. And that would go in somewhere here. We'll have to bring in hydrogen fuel for this, which means that I might want this over here on this side instead. Let's flip this whole thing. This is extraneous. And here, we need to put in a balancer, a pipe balancer. Let's take 3 pipes out. Do a pipe balancer right there. Up. Nope, can't do it. Gotta do 2 pipes out. Alright, fine. Don't like that, but it is what it is. Something like that, though. And then I want to do a buffer tank here. Is one of these enough? That's 400, which is... what's 2/3 of 72? 54? 2 divided by 3 times 72. 48. Okay. That's 48, which means this will hold about 9 cycles of what we need for this. So that should be enough, I would think. So we can put that in here like this, which means this could be a little bit closer. And then that'll be the priority out. Here. And then the rest still gets dumped into the sea. This is where the water comes out to connect to the town. But also we have this water and stuff that needs to connect to the town. Let's flip this and rotate it. Put it right... Actually, I could put it right there even. I might just move these onto the side then. The sludge has got to go out to a storage 2, though. What if... Excuse me. What if... Actually, I think I would shorten this span and lengthen the other one too. On the floor. There we go. That'll be the priority. And then these guys would flip over to this side. Except that I put this then back in the wrong spot. Go there. I'm gonna put this guy up one more. Redo these. Like that. Yeah. And then this can come back over here. Yeah. like that. And then the rest of it goes out to sea. That's the priority, though. That means this. You know what? Actually, go ahead and make that a Mark II pipe. That'll do. So the water then would come out of here to go into the town. But it's got to get mixed with this. I talked about moving this output over here. And this output over here. And then this goes this way. Go into there. This gets deleted. And this gets flip-flopped. Yep. That's the input from the town. This is the water back out to the town. Is that in the right order or does it matter? Can I flip-flop these? I can't. It doesn't matter. Old limestone mine is bored. All right, finally. Oh, I forgot about that too. Delete, remove these things, remove those things. Remove this, remove this, remove this, and that. Great. I devised a priority buffer balancer here. Obviously, a balancer is a balancer in and of itself. What I wanted was the ability to take in 2 belts of material. Maybe not completely full belts. Push it all into a buffer. And then once the buffer is... And the buffer only outputs 1. Once the buffer is full, then it outputs a second belt, bypassing the buffer and into the second output belt. If the material coming in exceeds more than 1 belt for long enough, then the buffer fills up and it overflows. If the material coming in does not, then it only outputs to the 1 output. Which is what I've been trying to figure out how to deal with, but not spending a whole lot of time on for a long time. And the reason I'm doing this is because I want this belt to have the material coming in, since I am splitting half of it to come down here to fill in this hole. Which is taking a bit of time. And then also the rest of it comes down here, which we are still taking this way to fill in this hole, which is taking a bit of time. Anything extra, for whatever reason, anything that gets on that second belt, will come in here. Also, if something happens in this... No, that's paused, so it's not going to back up. But it's coming in here, and so we are very slowly filling in this set of stuff over here. Very, very slowly. Okay, so we had 2 excavators here that we're no longer using. I think for now I'm going to assign them to general rock extraction here. And we'll see how that goes. So with this, that gives me my spacing and positioning that I want to try to follow more or less for the town. I want to start the town as far over this way as I can. So maybe like there. That's not going to be far enough away from this other stuff though, so I'd have to put it here, which is fine. Fine enough anyway. Oh, that's totally what I wanted. Thank you. We currently have how many? Well, we currently have 7,000 and change people. It is 5x4, but I'm going to add in some other things here, so it's not going to be 5x4 anymore. But also, it doesn't necessarily need to be 20 pods anyways, because these town squares will hold 400 people. So we need 7,040 divided by 400, which is 17.6, so 18 of these pods. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them wide, I guess, for now anyway. I might go wider, though. But let's see. The other things that I want to look at is housing squares. I still don't remember what these do. They allegedly give some sort of a boost to the town, but I don't remember what they do. But I think they give a boost to the adjacent town around them, like this. I need to try to find what these things do. Is there a bonus for a square here on these? And I don't think it's in here either. I think we looked at one point. I wonder if Google can tell me. Captain of Industry, square, effect. If your settlements touch a square, you get max +1 unity. This scales with the number of settlements touching a square. The usual setup is a 3x3 grid with where the center is your square instead of more housing. Yep. Okay. So I don't know where that says it in the game, but that's what we want. So we want blocks like this. A 3x3 block of a 3x3 block of a 3x3 block. Now the question is, so we'll have a couple of train stations down here delivering delivering hydrogen for fuel. We'll also need to deliver these thingies here, and we'll need to take the sludge away. That's 3 train stations here. And then what I want to do beyond that is have food markets here, attached to the town, of course. But I think what I'm going to have to do is something different. What I want to look at is, how's this going, by the way? Almost done. If we wanted to deliver, let's say, potatoes here, with one of these, we would not be able to snap. Oh, we actually would be able to snap this in perfectly. So we'll have to space these train stations out just correctly so that these will connect with these, which means that depending on the product, we'll have to position the train station accordingly, because these ones will be staggered a little differently each time. Because the flat ones use the left ones and the loose ones use the right ones. So, but there's still plenty of room here that we will have a little bit of gap there, and there'll be plenty of room for the train stations to fit, because these go right next to each other at the tightest. So this is really good. And this will give us a huge input buffer of stuff, because we're going to have 2 of these food markets for each product, which means that, well, other things need to happen. We need to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 food items. 4, 8, 11 food items. And then we also need to have input for these 4 items. And we also need to have input for, well, this, we already know where that's, kind of know where that's going to go. That's going to go over here someplace. Power is going to go next to that, out of the way. We'll need to deal with waste products as well here. And then we also need to deal with internet, which we haven't done yet. That one is internet module. It's just standard size, though. We just need computing for that in surplus, and I haven't done it. And then we need... also, we'll eventually need luxury goods, which we do not have yet, but we will have that. Is that everything we need? 1, 2, 3, 4. of those, 5 counting the clinic. We'll need to have these waste collection thingies. Water facility, transformer. Yeah, that should do. So with all of these, that means that this side needs to actually be fairly long. And that's going to be in the way, but we'll deal with it. Each block can hold 2 things. We have 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 at minimum here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I'm going to want to build this city block. We have 20. I'm going to want to not put this one in right away and build it this way first. Put one in here also. And then later we'll add them in on this backside. We'll have all the connections coming in here, including probably the waste ones. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 for luxury, 15, 16, 17. That means I need 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's perfect. That's disturbingly perfect. Although we could have some on this edge too. Are we going to have a problem space-wise here, though? No, we'll be fine. That'll go just about exactly to that line there, just a little shy of that line. The town will be 2 of these super blocks long, basically, and a bit narrower than one other one. Do I want to do anything different here? I don't think so. I think this is fine. So that'll be what we do eventually with the town. At this point, we're not quite ready yet. How is this going? You're building the last of the train stations. Okay. We should have some trains made. You haven't made shit. Alright, well, we'll use Unity to make them faster. The town is future Wally's problem. Jonathan, welcome in. We'll encourage trains to get made now so we can get some products delivered. Greetings. At least I think canola was the first one that we intended to make, so we'll get those started. Well, it is a lower priority than a lot of other things. It's a priority 10, whereas most things are 9. So that's part of the reason. But still. Well, that's getting made. How are you doing? You're not. Alright. You do that in your own leisure then. Oh, this got done too. Good. The gravel will bulk up here a bit. Actually, let's do belt 80%. So I did hook up water here to help supplement the farms. As the game was running, I checked it, and it was running almost constantly. But more importantly, our hydrogen supply was dwindled greatly. We have normally 2,000 or 20,000 hydrogen here. We had just about 10. Because we were using so much hydrogen to clean to purify so much water. So by adding in the water coming out of the ground here, and as long as this is staying nearly good, which it's raining right now, so it's going to be coming up right now. But as long as this is staying near the top, we're not extracting more than we can handle here, and so I think it's fine. I think we're going to end up needing another soybean farm unless I have animal feed also made from wheat. How are we doing on train? Not good. Next. Eventually, we should train feed the train production items here. And since they're also shared with a lot of these guys, maybe train feed those as well. That means this is going to need a rebuild anyway, but that means this gets a rebuild. Probably going to, let's see, these are making 8. Probably going to double it from this point backward. These are only used for the trucks and excavators, but these are used for the trains. So, we're going to be using a lot more on trains, I think, than we are on trucks and excavators. Probably. Although eventually we won't really need much more at all, so there is that. Whee! Yeah, soybeans still worries me. We're probably going to need another pair of farms for that. Which means I have to figure out how to lay it out. Maybe they just go over here on this side. Maybe. Although then I got weird other stuff going on with those. Maybe I can put it off until we can put more farms in here. Then that doesn't help me much either. Guess I could just put them friggin' elsewhere and have 2 soybean sources. That would be a way to do it. How's the train coming? That one got done. Alright, let's make some limestone trains then. Get that up and running. I'll leave this on allowing truck pickup for a while, because we do need limestone in a few random places. I think still that we haven't done train stuff for yet. Maybe over here. Yeah, over here. Also here. I mean, somewhere here. This guy's requesting in limestone too. So we have to have a source somewhere. So it might as well be there. What is your problem? Please don't F with me. All the trucks have been too busy lately. So we might want to encourage the rockets to get done here faster. Then we'll go back and nudge the train again. There's corn train. could potentially do a train station even on this side with one of them, but we're going to be pretty close with needing 3 stations back here to begin with. That I don't think I want to do that. Or 4 back here to begin with. I might end up moving this down closer to this end also as part of this, but I needed it here to show me where the spacing, what the spacing was. Alright, here's our soybean train, getting soybeans. And you can build that second limestone train, so it should be down here loading up, right? It is not yet. What might still be pulling out? No. No. Oh, I'm just now making the limestone train. Okay, the first one. This is the second one. Okay, never mind. But that'll come down here and collect from here. And this is ready to go, so that's great too. This is nearly filled in. That's good because I had to do a little hack here with these storages. I guess I could move them now down this way. Do that while we're watching things happen. Interesting. We gotta have done this easier. But who wants easy? And we'll build 2 more. We're gonna do this, and I want to take from here for a moment. Go ahead and Unity that. Clean that line out. Oh, I gotta Unity build one of these at least. There it goes. Okay. Okay. Complete all those lines. How did you end up with a little bit? Oh, because it's taken from there. Right, of course. That could go back. Actually clear all of this. There, anyway. Didn't I assign you to do something else? Guess not. Whoopsie. Oh, I had 3 there and I only assigned 2. Yeah, oopsie. Alright, that's fine. Fill it in. And then I'm just going to take this one from here over there. And you can make that at your leisure. Alright. I got a little bit more room here. We'll start pouring more dirt into this next row as soon as this one's finished. How are you all doing? What are we short on? Oh, I got to turn this on. And, it doesn't have hydrogen yet because nope, I don't want to turn it on. I need to enable the hydrogen train. Yep. F7, hydrogen's near the top. Add a new stop to this here. Going to that station. And empty of all accepted products. Hopefully that'll trigger... Uh-oh, trains have no fuel. How did you... Canola train? Well, you didn't get any fuel here, but don't I have... I don't have fuel coming in here. Oopsie. That's good. Uh-huh. That's good. Things a little out of order. That's fine. You have an arrival. Good. Please arrive fastly. Oh, you're here already. Okay, good. That's okay. Trains will drive without fuel because we have easy settings turned on. So that's fine. Waiting to leave, probably because this is too full. It already has 2 coming in. Yeah, the rest of these trains are going to have a problem here pretty soon. Canola is just the original one, so it takes the longest to get started up. A little bit of stuff getting made, though. That's good. I have... Yeah, I do. All right. Right. For some of these items, we're going to have to output them to exterior connections for right now. Similar to what we had to do here for oil. We'll rectify that over a little bit of time. Some of them will be close enough that we can just have the trains or the trucks come and pick it up. Like this one is close enough. I'm not sure if I'm going to output the food yet or not. I may just continue to rely on these until we have food squared away. Let's see. Yeah, train 37 just gave up. That's this one, which is wheat. We'll see train 38 here shortly, which I think was... Just lost track of where I was. Which was... sugarcane? I believe. I do believe. I'm going to let these all get completely buffered up before we start using these other products for anything. Low supply of iron ore. That means iron might need... No, it just needs to process faster. Yeah, it needs to... Taking in too much rock, not enough iron. That's the problem. I may need to rebalance these excavators then. And thus the... that. Because we're getting too much rock, and it can't process the rock fast enough that it'll accept the iron fast enough. Some of that processing time is just... Actually, what we could do... Maybe what we should do... Go back to the secondary bucket method. Put it in right here. Wait a minute. Is my balancer? Yeah, my balancer's downstream there a bit. There it looks like. There. Unpause this. You can export to here. You need to accept rock. There. That'll go onto this line, which is also pulling from here, really. I think just now is the only place, which is copper mine. And then it'll put it on the lower belt here, which will still get buffered and then bypassed. But it'll let this process the full trucks of stone a bit faster, although most of these may not be full. Some of them might be full, and that'll help at least the full trucks. The ones that have a little bit of dirt, they got to get sorted, but the full trucks of stone will be fine. Let's see. Still fuel issues here, but we're getting trains in to take care of it, so that'll be all right eventually. Lazarick, welcome in. It's gonna take a while to get this all buffered up with fuel, though. It's yeah, it's a lot. Because each of these stations holds 150. Each of these fuel thingies. There's 2 per station. There's 21 stations here. So that's 300 times 21, which is 6,300. That's a few trains. Raspian, welcome in. Out this afternoon, but you're not dead yet, Lazarick. That's good to know. Good news. Good news. We can, though, go through and add in plastic. Sulfur. We don't have salt yet. And maybe just plastic and sulfur. Plastic. Add. This one. Sulfur. Add. This one. Food coming out of my ears? Ugh, no. I did things out of order. And now our food trains do not have enough fuel because I did not have fuel buffered up in the cooking factory before I started bringing trains here. And that's the math I was just doing. There's 21 stations. Each station has 2 fuel modules. Each fuel module holds 150 fuel. So, yeah, that's a lot of fuel to store up before we can even get reliable. We can even fire this off. Yeah, good job, thanks. And I'm waiting to turn this on to produce the water here, even though I did a little bit, to produce the water here until after we have that, because I do not want that to just drain even more and take even longer. We have 3 of the trains that I set up out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 already complaining about no fuel. The other 2 will be complaining here shortly. They are actually, you know what I should do? I have a better idea. There's a button here, I think. Refuel. That's what I should do. I might have a little bit of a traffic jam here. What's going on with the traffic jam here? What are you waiting on? Really? You sat there and waited for that train to come out? Oh, these trains are jammed up too. Oh, there's magic in this game. There's magic in every game. It's not magic though, I don't think. No, it might be magic. Yeah, I think it's magic. What are you waiting for? You're waiting for this to completely clear? But this train... See, you could have long gone then. Okay, thank you for going. Yeah, this game still has a little bit of issues with the train scheduler. Oh, you're going this way, but still. Issues with the train schedule. Your body's trying to die? That's not good. What'd you do this time? No sugarcane left to pick up, which could be problematic. I keep stealing it all for the train here. It might be worthwhile to step up the fertilizer on some of these for a while. Those are fine. Well, this one could go up a bit. Yeah, that one not so much. This one's gonna need... Unpause you as well. We haven't started moving fruit yet. Oh, I forgot about the flat trains. We need fruit. A small stroke. Holy jeez, Lazarick. Yeah, we need... Bleeding everywhere. Well, that's not good either. We actually gotten any limestone in here yet? Still only 1 train. Trains are still a bit overwhelmed. The trucks, rather. Still a bit overwhelmed. Yeah, we need a fruit train, too. Oopsie. I forgot about fruit. Yeah, yell at many people for not going to the hospital. Yeah, I can imagine. Assuming a lot of family members. Still don't understand what this is doing or not doing. Fruit is red and yellow. Let's go with red then. Just tired? Well, That can be easily believed. Right. And then you need a flatbed car. One of these should do. Yeah. Not enough workers. Luckily, all your family were around to witness your issue. Oof. Blood pressure meds, blood thinners, and sleeping pills. Well, hopefully that's forcing you to do a little bit of taking care of yourself. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, I'm afraid we might have some traffic jam issues. Hopefully it cleans itself out, but we may need to look at this train stuff again and the no-stop zones stuff. Try and improve that. Maybe by making these through lanes non-stop? Maybe. Build more housing? Yeah, that's all I need. Already done the bleed everywhere thing a few times? Yeah, Lazarus, well, you said you've pretty much broken everything you can, so that makes some sense. That might have just fixed it. Somewhat. Let's see, I didn't go this far, though. Yeah, it's where these tracks cross and things. It's going to cause the most problems. But maybe that'll help. I broke everything external, working your way in. Yeah. I mean, I kind of have... You're talking about like a dedicated separate train network for hydrogen? That seems a bit overkill, but maybe. I think it's just I need to keep an eye on traffic jams. I suspect I'm going to need a second set of rail here at some point. It was probably not the best idea to have a whole bunch of trains going from over here to all the way over here. Probably wasn't the wisest solution. But what are you going to do? I think I'm going to end up having a secondary train, like main trunk line, over here someplace anyway. It might end in this vicinity. And then come across here somewhere. We just don't know yet. Move it all over again? I mean, it would be easier to move now, because I would just have to pick up each module and shift it. So, it would be much easier to move. Alright, so beyond what we have now, we have all of the exports to put in here yet. We're going to have to bring in eggs manually for a little while. Salt manually for a little while. Although salt would be easy to build for the rail system. Sulfur should be coming at some point. We might need another sulfur train. That might be the problem. I see limestones come in, though, at least. This here is salt. We already talked about that one. You don't have to make everything more complicated? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Biomass, we're going to have to export, of course. Sugar should start coming out once we have water coming in. I see somebody's getting made here. This is animal feed coming out. We're also outputting a bit of flour. That's good. The animal feed and the biomass will have to get manually picked up for now, too. Right? No, biomass can get picked up now. Oh, yeah, biomass can get picked up now. I think. We have a biomass train? We do not have a biomass train, but we could make one. Let's make one. Biomass. Let's go with this one here. At a stop, you'll pick up from here. And you'll deliver to, excuse me, here. Add more trains to the cast. More traffic to jam up. Yes. And then this needs to be a loose item train, which we can copy a limestone train to make a loose item train. Biomass. Build. That one won't go very often. Biomass is not produced in vast quantities here. Most of the biomass production is going to come from the town. That's right here. And as you can see, it's backed up. So that means that we're getting more trash because we aren't producing the biomass. And the reason that it's backed up is because we aren't burning it off fast enough here. So I think what we'll have to do is we'll have to eventually rebuild this to maybe be a little bit bigger. Because we're going to burn off this trash here. Actually, what we might want to do is put the trash processing right here in by the town. Maybe on this end of the town. The trash and the biomass burning here. Make this power plant a bit bigger because the town's going to... The trash and biomass was going to go on this end, so we could put it like here. Building a new town with plazas. Yes. New town. This one here actually isn't going to get built. It's just here as a placeholder. We're going to build 3 of these blocks like this. 8, 8, and 8. That'll be more than enough for now because at the moment we only have 20. And we don't even need that if we're all at level 4. So it'll be a bit before we get that far. An ore sorting plant is full of rock. Can't get rid of rock. It's because you're set to export to those 2 places that no longer need to accept rock. Alright, so they should come and pick this up and dump it down here. That's good. Wait, why is the iron mine? Oh, because this shouldn't be iron. This should be limestone mine. That pushed into the mountain here, which I did want it to do. Eventually, we'll get through the other side, and then we can do some stuff. Although we're actually empty on limestone, so maybe I didn't want it to do that. Maybe I want to have you come down here and scoop out one more swath like this. Does food get to town by train or truck? The new system will be all by train. We were just kind of talking about that, having 2 food markets for each type of food, having the train stations plug directly into them like this, with these being the outputs of the train stations, plug directly into there, so that we have a bunch of food buffered in. Yeah, still need to get this dealt with. We might need more excavators in iron, at least for a while. Why don't we have them focus on iron ore? Getting distracted, but that's okay. Limestone, iron ore, copper ore is also having trouble. Because you're not getting copper. Because I don't have you focused on copper. There we go. You're cleaning up dirt and rock. There we go, there we go, there we go. And I think this one will resolve now that we've marked this stuff over here. So they will get limestone. It'll be fine, probably. But yeah, so these the train stations will plug directly into the food markets. 2 food markets in each, or for each type of food. That's why this needs to be 9 city blocks long, because each city block will only have 2 types of things connected to it. We have 9 types of food. Wait, 9? 11 types of food, which means we need 5.5 food city blocks just to fit all the food in. And then we'll need to have 1 for each of these 4 things, plus luxury goods. And then we'll need to deal with possibly something to deal with the waste products coming out. Recyclables for sure will need to come out. Biomass will probably need to come out when we, as a priority, and then it'll get burned if not. And then trash will just go straight in out of these compactors, or maybe not even bother compacting it, I haven't decided yet, then and straight into the incinerators. So we'll deal with that. We're going to have hydrogen coming in on this end, though. And then it'll also need to be on the other end. So I may have to run a giant pipe, or I may change what I'm doing here. I could move this down closer to the water line and put this up here, but I eventually want to fill this whole rectangle in. So I don't want to do that. So I want to keep this down here. And so the only other thing I could do is maybe handle biomass and trash down here. Completely. And then just have the priority outputting toward a train station that's parked over here. Which means I might need a little bit more space on this side. But this should be all right. Probably all right. So anyway, so we need 11 plus 5 plus well, probably just, well, no, probably just 1, 2. So that's 16, 17, 18. Yeah, that's basically exactly how much space we're going to have. So, yep. But I think we're going to wrap it up a few minutes early tonight. I'm going to let this go and get completely buffered up. Once the fuel has stabilized a bit, I will activate the water here and we'll make the other products. We'll need to bring in the eggs, whatever it was else that I said we need to bring in. Salt. Yeah, eggs and salt. Need to come in manually. Now, chicken farm's coming yet. We're going to do a rebuild of that at some point here. Probably pretty soon. We're going to double. I think we're just going to double the chicken farms and see how that plays out. The problem is we're having a little struggle with grains right now. Everything is... Well, we're having a little struggle with trucks right now. Maybe it would behoove me to make some more medium-sized trucks just to take the edge off a bit. I might do that off camera. Make some more of these guys just so we have a little bit more flexibility because they're a little overwhelmed. But we'll see. And we'll get this going. I'm gonna let them buffer up though completely before we start thinking about exporting from here. I did plan this in such a way that I don't actually have to take out any of the existing cooking stuff in order to get this working. The only issue is how to migrate from the old town to the new town, given how big the new town needs to be. So we'll have to kind of figure that out too. I might have to fudge this a little bit and then unfudge it. But we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. So let's find ourselves a raid target and get on out of here. Build it and knock down the old ones. Yeah, I got to do a little bit wiser than that, I think. But we'll see. Let's see. Raid. Who's live tonight? Why don't we raid Catafly? Playing Alchemy Factory. If you haven't seen my playthrough of that yet, it's on YouTube. But you might see it here on stream too. We're talking about playing it for shenanigans, which will be interesting to do a little bit differently in multiplayer. So that'll be kind of interesting to play with that and experience that within the multiplayer realm. So, but for now though, we're going to leave this here, and let's see. You could join that. You could. Come to Discord and hang out with us. We hang out, share memes, talk about games and technology. We have game night on Friday nights, so come and join us for that. And then also the aforementioned YouTube channel, where you can find me playing Alchemy Factory right now. I have 5 episodes out, I think. Number 6 coming tomorrow. So let's see what Catafly is up to in Alchemy Factory, and we will be back again Saturday with more Captain of Industry, and then Sunday, maybe Alchemy Factory. But for now, though, thank you all for coming, and we'll see you all again next time. Bye for now.